Now, I don't know if you hear those sirens in the background, but apparently people are done with Bonnie Blue. And apparently OnlyFans is also done with Bonnie Blue. Apparently Bonnie Blue has taken it a step too far. Now she wants to lock herself in a Joe Goldberg glass box and get pounded by endless amounts of meat for days. Now she wants to treat herself like it's a petting zoo. According to this guy on Twitter or on X or whatever, she has been officially banned from OnlyFans. And I'm assuming, since so many people are now starting to make this content about this topic, it must be legit. I'm hoping is substantiated, because anytime you hear somebody getting permabanned on any of these platforms, it seems like that ban only lasts about 24 hours. I joked on, Discord the other day with Watch TV and a bunch of other people, like, is this ban longer than 8 hours? Because I'm not sure that it's actually going to substantiate or be, legitimate, because none of these bans ever seem to stick. Now, people are sick and tired of her just hoeing it up out here on the internet. And me personally, I'm just like, look, man, let hoes be hoes. But I do understand that OnlyFans is like, not on our platform. Because for whatever reason, I guess now they have just drawn the line. They didn't draw the line when the line of men was longer than 1,000 people. They never drew the line then when she was getting pounded endlessly by all them dudes when she was doing snow angels in a sea full of condoms in her condominium. I mean, it just didn't make any sense that now is the time that she needs to be banned. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, personally, does she need to be banned? Yeah, I mean, I think at some point in time you need to put an end to some of this. Like, it shouldn't be content that should be consumed from such a normalized website. Like, it's to the point now that other OnlyFans content creators, other chicks that are out here on the internet are like, look, you have taken it a step too far. This is no longer women's or female empowerment. This is just hoism. Like, this is just you being a skank. And I mean, at some point in time, that's what it is. It's already bad enough that her mom and dad and everybody else that's involved with her family are all in on this whole, just evisceration of human morals. And I mean, it's just crazy to think that so many people are just cool with her getting pounded like this. I mean, this is one chick that everybody is like secretly hoping gets the absolute worst case of syphilis. Now, personally, that sounds terrible. And I mean, I would rather just settle for, a terrible, just, endless, awful case of herpes for her. Because I mean, look, at some point in time, you just don't feel sorry for these chicks anymore. You're starting to wonder how certain people mess around with the wrong person, get HIV, and then their life is completely turned upside down. But somehow she can keep doing all these crazy acts, allowing whoever and anybody all up inside of her, and somehow she comes out somewhat clean. There's no way she comes out perfectly clean. There's just no way. That's impossible. I'm pretty sure some of those dinglings that's been inside of her have already rotted off of some of them dudes. They just don't want to tell anybody about it. They're just going to go ahead and keep that a secret and say they were never there. I mean, when somebody has to ask them eventually, like, what happened? I mean, they're going to have to come up with some story, and they can always easily say, well, I was number 998 on the list of people that got inside of Bonnie Blue. And then, then it would make sense, but it doesn't excuse the fact that you have no penis anymore. But I'm just trying to figure out, how is this the line? How is this the line where they're like, we have seen enough? I mean, are they just sick and tired of it? I mean, listen, you really should have just banned her after her last horrific act. One of her good old friends, the first one that got pounded by 100 men, that chick, what was her name? Lily Phillips. Yeah, her. You know how she was completely broken by the fact that she had 100 dongs inside of her? The last guy who snipped one inside of her and broke it off inside of her broke her soul. And the fact that Bonnie Blue was able to walk around with a straight look on her face, even though she looks like she's 35, even though she's actually only 25, people are still upset at the fact that she's allowing 18-year-old boys inside of her. Well, you gotta think she's not that much older than they are. She has just taken so much dingling that she has aged terribly. Like, somehow, I guess having this much sex is just like sitting out in the sun for days, when it's something that you just shouldn't consume that much of. There's a point where you're like, hey, we've done a little too much tanning. Get up out of the tan bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Suntan City, maybe you should lose your membership there. I mean, that's what you should do. It's the same thing with the OnlyFans. Maybe you should stop taking so much meat, because it's causing you to age terribly. Like, she already looks like she's full of plastic surgery, and I don't think she's even had any. Why does her face look like it's made of rubber? Why does she always look greasy? Why is she always sweaty? That's not makeup. That's something else. That's the look of, those dudes who walk around who you're secretly wondering if they like to touch little girls and whatnot, or little boys. They always seem to be sweaty. They have those weird looks in their eyes where they're always glossed and glazed glazed over, looking like Antonio Brown. And I'll get to a bit Antonio Brown in another video because we got enough to talk about with him with his recent shenanigans. But I'm just saying, this stuff is absolutely crazy to me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Does she even deserve to be banned? I mean, honestly, I think she deserves to be banned off of that site because that's their site and they can do whatever they like. But should she not be allowed to go out there and just get pounded endlessly as much as she would like? I think she should. If she wants to be locked up into a glass box and get treated like a street animal, then go ahead. Let her have at it. I just don't feel sorry for any of these dudes. Like, these are the grossest people I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, the dudes who be just hugged up next to Bonnie Blue. I'm sorry, there's no amount of perfume, beautiful like soap and lotions and oils that you can rub all over your skin to eliminate the smell of that fishy sea that she's got going on between her legs. I'm sorry, I know it smells like BFI down there. It is a dump. There's no way that like smells good. She's one of those chicks you can smell coming from miles away. I mean, you know if she's looping the corner or not. You're like, there's Bonnie, she's coming. And it's not one of those smells you're like, oh, I love that. It's one of those, oh, whoa, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the whiff that you get when she's coming by. And I know I'm not lying about that. I know other people agree with that. You've been around steak and coochie before. You know what the smell is like. It's not good. It's not ideal. And it's like, yo, that chick needs to go take a bath. You smell them out there on the dance floor when you're out in the club or you're out in the bars. Sometimes there's a few that sneak by and you're like, hey, I don't know which one of you it is in the crowd, but one of y'all needs to go hit the showers now. But people are so upset about this being, you know, degrading towards women, degrading towards, you know, women empowerment and female attraction. Look, the whole site of OnlyFans, when originally it was designed to actually just be basically a content creation site, as soon as they started letting people get pounded on there on the regular, it went downhill. All of it became pure degeneracy from that point forward. All she was doing was adding to it. It's just laughable to me to think that now it's over. Enough. They said enough. Just like Myron's always saying, again. It's just not enough. I just had a little small rant about that though, because when I saw that she's been actually banned off the site, I'm like, is this actually real? Is this going to be one of those things that they bring her back to life on the platform? She gets resuscitated and, you know, reintroduced back to a new, you know, crowd of people that she can go ahead and infect their minds of. The thing is, it's sort of like, I hate the fact that she does toy with like that whole 18-year-old line, because it's the same thing with the dudes who were just waiting for Bad Baby to just turn 18 so they can go ahead and like whack their meat, they feel like legally, and not feel shame in their minds. No, you should still feel shame, because if you're waiting for this person to turn 18, just like apparently this Chick-fil-A sauce girl who is apparently everybody wants her to get an OnlyFans, like, y'all are sick. Y'all need effing help. Unless you're close to that age, I'm telling you, if you're, you know, bumping anywhere close to 30 or above that, you need to go ahead and get put down. Get a straitjacket on that person. Either that or somebody needs to take a shotgun to you. Not saying you need to die, because that's something I don't promote here on the platform, but I just think you might need to have some hands put on you, because you are a weirdo, and a weirdo of the highest order. I mean, think about it this way. If you're already pushing it to where like, well, if they turn 18, you're already thinking about them when they were at 15, 16, 17 years old. You are already having those sicko fantasies back then. That's why you have the whole thought process in the first place. It's not like it just spawned on you out of nowhere. You saw this girl when she was young. God dang it, shut up. You saw this when they were younger and you were thinking, oh yeah, I like that. And you need help. You need help. All of you. All you people who consistently sit there on your chairs or in front of your laptops or computer screens and you just can't keep your hands from your genitals, I'm telling y'all, you need rehab. Come to Ran-DomU University. We'll rehabilitate you. We'll fix you. We'll do something that will get you out of this mindset to where you can no longer be productive in your life, because all you can see is titties. I mean, dude, I love boobs just like any, you know, straight guy would. But there's a point where you're like, you know, enough is enough. And I also like, why do people want to share the same vagina? I don't understand that. Like, why do y'all want to get into the same thing so much? It's just like people who have this infatuation with always pounding the same chick. It's like, how many of y'all can just run through Cardi B before those goods are just no good anymore? I mean, like, how is that exciting? How is it exciting to sleep with Kim Kardashian? How is it exciting to sleep with any of these like celebrities that have been ran through by endless numbers of men? I just don't get these fantasies. It just seems nasty and weird to me. That's why when people over here like, what's their body count? I really don't want to know. I don't want to know their past because psychologically I won't be able to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a point where, like, yeah, you should know if the numbers are outrageous. Like, you need to find out certain things. But there is a point where, like, I don't know your past. As long as you don't have anything that I'm going to catch and have forever lasting impact, something that is going to leave a lasting mark on me if this relationship is to end, I'm good. As long as you're clean, I'm happy with it. We will proceed forward. Now, if you've been pounded by like 500 plus dudes and whatnot, and you know, you haven't committed to anybody, that probably means this relationship isn't going to work out, and it's probably a waste of time. But now I'm just starting to ramble into something completely different. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and either way, I will get back to you soon with more rants, more rambles here on Ran-DomU. Peace.